Hi, it's Tracy, Wildlife Garden. It's October the 29th today, or 30th, so I thought I'd better do a quick catch up before October disappears. It's been an unusually mild month. It's very mild weather for the time of year, but it hasn't it hasn't had that much change on plants in the sense that the leaves are turning, and if I lift you up a bit you can see some of the ash trees have lost their leaves, and so are my birch trees beginning to look a bit thinner, but there are still lots of plants in flower. Down here, for instance, look at this. This is wood anemone, absolutely grown lots. It will die back as the frost comes, but it'll shoot back up after the February, March time. There's been a bit of work going on the house, so some of the plants have got knocked about and moved that were grown in the path. We've had a lot of workmen here doing a lot of repointing on the house. But the plants that haven't got damaged are still flowering. We've got cyclamen in a pot here. This pot's full of bulbs too. So there's some cyclamen there. There were the last few of the carder bees visiting it, but I haven't seen a carder bee now for over a fortnight, even in the milder weather, so I presume that nest is now finished. The verbena is going to seed. There's a lovely shoot there how to use it for a cutting. I might do that later. Use that as a cutting for, make sure I get a plant next year. There's lots of pots out now that have got bulbs in, with the pots with the gravel on have got bulbs in. I've treated myself to this lovely heather. This is still in flower. This is what I bought when I was on holiday in Cornwall. Lovely Hebe, so that's a nice splash of colour there. The blueberries change into a beautiful red. Still got, this is flowering beautifully, look at it. The blue flowers finished off, but the white is doing really well. Still got the odd nasturtium popping up too. This is the dead nettle. It was flowering last week. Got that from Joel's wildlife garden site. But that's finished flowering now, but I hope they come back. I'm not sure if they come back or not. The bay tree is growing at a rate of knots. I'm presuming this is rooted into the brickwork underneath now because it's growing so well. Sorry birds, I'll just lift you up. The sparrows are coming for food and I'm disturbing them. There they are. I've had a lovely robin that's become my friend every time I come out. Over here is where some of the work's been going on. Still got to have some rendering done on it next. The lovely tree, the elder buckthorn, that's all lost its leaves. It was a beautiful autumn colour, but all the leaves have gone now. And the same here. This is just the last few leaves now on the Acer. Beautiful, beautiful colour, but almost gone. Lots of beautiful seed heads, although the strawberries are still trying to put the odd flower out. There's the sparrows, look, coming in. I can hear them, I think, hopefully. It's quite used to me now, as I've said before. Right, carry on up the garden. Had such a lot of rain overnight. The shed's really wet and we didn't manage to paint that this year. We need to get that done. As you can see, my rosemary, my lavender is still got its seed heads on. As I said, I do leave them. I don't worry about it. Flowers well every year, and once the weather gets cold, the goldfinches will be stripping it bare. And once it's stripped bare, I'll cut it back. What else have we got going on? You can see the autumnness in the garden now, can't you? It's real autumn colours now coming on. Have a look over here. My rose is finished. There's one pathetic little rose here. The buds have all finished now. Still got the really tall verbena up to the sky. Just the last few flowers clinging onto that. This shrub has got some height on it now as well. In the corner, lots of birds on the feeder up there too. Oh, I can tell you, blackbirds have been enjoying the berries on the. Show you this rose. That looks a bit sad, doesn't it? That's typical of a rose this time of year. Tries to flower, but obviously the weather's the light and the night temperatures. But it's quite a, it's gone back to what I call my messy stage. As I've said before, there's lots of frogs in here, so I don't disturb it. I don't touch my garden now till end of March really, before I touch it again. It's just lots of seed heads about, the campion, herb robert, that's all gone now. Obviously the buddleias have all finished. The echinopsis you saw back there had finished, and it looks like the blackbirds have been really enjoying eating all of the berries. This was covered in berries, I think, on the last video, as you saw, but as you can see, they're virtually gone. One or two left. Yep, so that was well worth planting. I've trying to keep it as a hedge, and it'll be fine. It's done its purpose. The rowan tree has been stripped also of all its berries. There's nothing left on the rowan tree. Even the leaves have gone. It was fascinating watching, because the blackbirds stripped it from the top first and sort of worked their way down to the last few berries on the bottom branches, and they've gone. This has still got berries on. These tend to stay on till late autumn, early, they're not one of their favourite berries obviously, but when the weather gets colder and colder they will eat them. Japanese anemone's all gone to seed. You can see the leaves now in the grass. Cut all the grass back up the sides. It probably needs one more cut before the end of the year, just to allow any seedlings to come up. Yeah, looking very, very autumn now. Everything's finishing. I've planted, from the bottom there was a plant pot with a mallow in, and I've planted it here. There's a mallow already here. I've planted it down the bottom there, and as you can see, it's taken really well. Had beautiful purple flowers on, and I'm hoping it'll fill this gap. This mallow here has pink flowers, and that one will have purple. Bit of a clash, but as long as the bees like them. I don't think the bees see the colours we see, do they? So it doesn't matter. Continuing up. This rose keeps popping a few more out. My lovely Acer here that I repotted after it looked like it was dead has put on lots of new leaves, which should hopefully just beginning to turn now, ready for the end of the year, of the season. But yeah, I'm so chuffed that this didn't die, because it's a lovely Acer. Cosmos still flowering its head off, and so is the Marguerite. But we're getting some cooler weather next week, so I'm not sure as they'll last much longer. I do need deadheading. I am up here regularly doing it, but as you can see, because the builder's been in, I haven't had a chance to deadhead. It's so easy, you just pinch them off, and I just drop them on the ground. I don't worry about tidying. I know some people don't drop things on the floor in case of spreading, I don't know, some illness, disease, but I just drop them. There we go. So hopefully that will produce. I can still see some more buds coming. So yeah. And then Nepeta's finished. That needs a little cut, a haircut. the pond is full to the brim, the rain that we've had. Very full. It's a chance for me to skim it again. I might give that a skim next week. It's heavy rain again tonight, torrential rain tonight. So, and this is the problem by the pond. The leaves. This is the only place I sort of rake them because they go in the pond. I have been coming up and taking leaves out of the pond. You don't want too many leaves in the pond because they stagnate in the bottom. Apple tree completely bare of apples. Nothing on that now. Wasn't a very good crop this year. Fuchsia's still producing a few, and the asters have almost finished now. Last few asters going, and still a bit more marguerite, and more marguerite here. The fruit bed is shutting down. These are the raspberries that will produce fruit next year, but they drop all the leaves. They will become completely bare, and so will the white currant and red currant at the back. I didn't cut them out this year. Normally I give them a trim. I haven't done that this year. The holly was stripped of its berries quite a while ago, so no berries left on that, but it's done it. It fed the blackbirds earlier in the year. Oh, I'll show you the Mahonia, absolutely covered in flowers. It's a great plant for winter. Look at that, beautiful. Yeah, that's a great plant to get. It's very prickly and actually should be planted. It's a shade lover rather than a sun lover. This is in quite a lot of sun, but seems to be coping. And if you don't want it to get too high and too big, because they can get enormous, just cut the top off each year, which is all I do. Doesn't stop it producing its flowers. Look at that, it's a stunning looking plant. The oak tree is just turning and about to drop its leaves. Cut the buddleias back at the back because they were very ropey, thin buddleias. I'm going to cut them back harder again in March and try and bush them up a bit. Lots of seed heads from that honesty. This is a lovely seed head that's fallen down across the path. Let's see if we can prop that up a bit. See if I can push it into the honesty behind that dock flower. There we go. Oh, lovely display. Lovely little seeds. Compost bin's doing really well, quite full. This is my active compost. This one's last year. I emptied that one into here last year. I put a bit of grass on the top of that because I spotted some worms in there, so I thought I'll just put that on. It'll just feed the worms over winter. And this is the previous year, and again I have put some grass on top of this, but I'll show you my compost. Lift that back. Look at this, still full of creatures, but look at that. That's what you can make in your garden. Homemade compost. Stunning stuff. That'll be great for next spring to put on the beds. I haven't finished off there. There's still the wood to cut. There's no rush. The neighbour said it's fine, so I will get round to cutting that wood up. Just getting the saw out and doing it. Lovely colour on the dogwood. Look at that, beautiful colour. Really pretty colour. And the dead hedge up the top is doing really fine. I'm not going to go up now. I don't go any further now because fox has been around and I don't want to keep putting my scent up there. I want it to feel safe for the winter. So the dead hedge is doing fine. The ivy's just starting to come through. And once all the nettles have died back and the blackberries, I'll stack all the wood on it that I have got from the cherry that was brought down. It was pollarded. So the wood over there will go onto my wood pile over here. But as you can see, we've still got lots and lots of nettles there, and the blackberries, which are trying to grow up the garden, but I do cut them all back hard in spring. But at the moment it's a haven for anything that wants to hide in there, probably rats. Yep. Flowers on the ivy. There's no insects out today. It's quite cool today. It's windy and cool, and as I say, the rain we had last night was torrential. So, although it has been a bright day today, it's been very cool. The weather is beginning to have that winter feel to it coming. So yeah, see how it's a lot different now from. Oh, can you hear that? That's a frog calling. Jerry, can you hear it? I'm whispering. Oh, he's there. Yeah, there's a frog then calling. I hope the mic picked it up. Probably wouldn't, because it's only on my phone today. The bracket fungus has changed. Remember I videoed that? See how that's changed. Look at that. We've had a woodpecker come into the garden again. And lots of greenfinches and goldfinches. Tree sparrows. Not tree sparrows, house sparrows. Robin, blackbirds. Been quite active the last few weeks. So yeah, that's the garden as it shuts down for winter. The cherry's done well. It's produced lots of new growth. I'll go up slowly. You might. I'm about to lose them now, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with the cherry. It's fine. It's produced lots of new leaves since it was pollarded a bit. That's good. Yeah, that's the sky today. Beautiful sky. And yeah, back down towards the house. All the autumn colours. So when it's like this, you want a frost, isn't it? You think, oh, I'll wake up to a lovely crisp frost. So that's what my garden looks like at the end of October. Can't believe we're going into November, but we are. I was going to cut this back. What are they called? Look at the flowers. Oh, sorry, fingers in my way. Look at the flowers on that. We could cut that back. And the colours. I just love all the colours. Look at it. Beautiful. Quite quiet today. Oh, there's some robins. Oh, I know that rugged robin likes water, but that's probably a bit too much considering we're having rain tomorrow as well. Just tip that out. There you go. I must take it out of the water because I don't want it standing water when we do get our first frost and it freezes. It'll probably stay out of water now. I do need to divide that, there's a lot in there. There we go, I'll turn that over so it doesn't fill up. So yeah, more ivy flowers at the back there. And here's my robin on cue. Hello. Hello, little robin. Can you see him? Hello. Come on then. Hello. There he is. Actually, I went up the garden the other day and came back down, and it had flown into the shed, and he landed on my head as it came out. Flying out. But there are some nest boxes in there. It'd be nice if it did actually nest in there. Hello. So there we go. That was an ideal end to the video. So next time I'll see you will be the end of November, and hopefully we will have had some frost. All the back of the house has been repointed, so that's going to keep us dry over winter, and the chimney stack has been all repointed too. So yep, I worked on the scaffolding's all gone. There was lots of scaffolding up. Anyway, I'm rambling about nothing. So that's it. I'll see you in November. Bye for now.